humanity was born from conflict, and all of us lives a dark side. Some of us choose to embrace it. It's as natural as the air we breathe. At some point, all of us are forced to face the truth. Ourselves. For me, that day has come.
Stars fall, space evolves, galaxies break apart. The way of life, there is no death, only rearranging parts. Nebulous sleep, solid spheres wait for cocoons. Planets form, whatever remains become moons. Atmospheres get trapped in gravitational pulls. It's all just a giant fluctuating balloon that changes and moves. I suffer from unillustratable wounds I can't remove. The pain is taking root like the death plant in Confrontation 2 versus Shinobi, paralyzed by Gamma when he made tattoos. Karama summoned the planet, stabbed Toya just as he made his move. He sowed a seed straight into his wound and reaped the finishing move. In just a minute it grew, but that took wisdom to do. I respect that, appreciate the skill and experience that's parallel at present to the past building of pyramids. What if the lines between worlds were only mirror thin? To us reflecting back be as real as we're staring in? How could you answer that without being arrogant? Ponder every facet of life from shadow to light. Gather insight, then do the same with death in the afterlife. I know nothing, but that doesn't stop me from going hunting. I keep my barrel cocked and arrows knocked on my bow. I'm hungry, starving like a POW in a foreign country. And I will eat, you cannot keep food for thought from me. Get in my way and you'll get tossed in my tummy. Right along with the knowledge I'm hunting, I won't be bothered by dummies. Zombies like Solomon Grundy, hollow heads walking dead like you're exhausted and clumsy. You don't do shit, you just decay. So I do it at such a subtle pace. You should sublimate, just vaporize and fade the fuck away. Disintegrate, pretend you're in a race. Do it fast like moving through a wormhole as it's bending space. The only thing I know for sure is that religion's fate. I might be wrong like spinning plates recorded when on stage, but if I learn I am and I can go back, I still would feel the same. The whole foundation of that shit is insane. It's all black and white, there is no middle or gray. Ironically, that's the color representing the brain. I'm just telling it like it is, simple and plain. You should use yours instead of washing it and accepting things that are preposterous, like patty cake with a rhinoceros. Although that's more likely than God always watching us. People just want to feel safe. That's the reason they embrace faith and forsake science and space. They look in the mirror and lie right to their face. It's unfortunate, a bunch of contortionists who were raised to use this clay. Their originality forfeited, therefore they are not welcome in my orphanage. A cocoon for lifelong metamorphosis. It's more than wriggling like maggots getting wings. It's about transitioning like winter into spring. It's about the potential for every and anything. I approach evolution like a checkered winner's king. With a chip on my shoulder, kiss the ring. My thought process can only be deep. It's like water through the hole in the sink. What's without doesn't rule me. I've chosen to think beauty is what one beholds in a blink. What you see, not what you're told it should be. It is what you interpret. You decide when you know what it means. Right or wrong, you are affected. Choices have consequences. Take responsibility for your decided perspectives. Where most will be sure, I would have questions. I must be certain before I provide my acceptance. I will not make judgments based on assumptions. I will be patient when faced with conundrums. I will not forsake certainty for favorable hunches. There is too much at stake. One choice can reconstruct one's fate. Those who are patient will avoid making dumb mistakes. In my world, nothing is strength. Life is imagination, but you're afraid of such things. Fear is the brush that paints us insane. It's a wrongful determination, a consequence of interpretation. Why should what others think alter the journey you're taking? Fuck people, walk the earth like a vagrant, unconcerned with how they observe your paces. The eyes don't determine your destination. Be decisive, your future bears the burden of hesitation, which could quite possibly be post-mortem like detonation over tragic instrumentation. You appreciate love a great deal after living with hatred. That which is significant is the principal agent. You can't approach the past with simplification. People read their holy books and forsake the tablets that establish the inspiration. Like lizards that escape capture with amputation. Religion recreates tales with an active regeneration, and as such, the original doesn't match the replacements. It's different after the changes, so you are doomed to stay in your lane, stuck in traffic with no way to escape, and you'll always do it again the very next day. You're a drone. As long as there's a queen, you can't be on your own. You eat, sleep, and breathe when you're told. You regularly get fevers and colds because you take medicine instead of letting it leave on its own. No patience, you panic like Peyton Manning's feet when he throws, and therefore reap what you sown. Annihilation, peace on the globe. Cause and effect, leave me alone. That's all I request. Our only territory is what we grow our skulls to protect. That's why I stay lost in my head. To me, trespassing is the ultimate threat. There are many facets, multiple threads, like string theory offers in depth. While that theory may not be correct, things differ, that is not incorrect. So fuck anybody that opposes distinction. If puzzle pieces didn't vary, how would we link them? We can't see the bigger picture without its completion, just as humans cannot ascend without their extinction. Perspective always changes how you will see shit. If you sought the secret of life and found it, you keep it. It's too valuable, that power is immense. You wouldn't want the wrong hands wrapped around it the least bit. The seesaw would slam and upset the balance of weakness. Warzone is Moses in alchemical sequence. Peace, the lost soul, I'm out, this is the end.